Hey, what's going on, guys? The Ultimate Dino King here, coming at you with another video, and I'm here with Lad and DinoSmash. Say hi, guys.
Yo, what's good?
Hello.
And we got the move card tier list today, if I can properly English.
Great job.
Yep, great job from me. We're not gonna restart because I am too lazy to. Right, let's get on with the moves. We've got the Alpha Trooper moves, and I don't actually know which order they are in. Let me figure
Me
out.
neither. It doesn't say the sign. There's Let's Go, there's Watch Out, and there's...
We've got Fight, Hold On, and Let's Go is what I'm seeing on the wiki. Okay,
They're
it's going...
all the same move for a different sign.
First one is Paper, Let's Go. Second one is Hold On. Third one is Fight.
Okay. All three of these are just spam moves that... Do they go off the damage of your actual attack stat?
No, they don't. They do not.
Oh.
So they're fixed.
The damage they don't do is very good. So...
The niche they have is that that damage is not like it pierces through like Earth Barrier, and it also ignores stuff like Dino Illusion. So it has that going for it.
Okay. Okay, I never thought about that. That probably bumps it up a tier. Just because it can go through
and
that.
Counter Blitz too. Can't forget about that one.
I'd put them in C tier. The damage they do is fine, but the fact that they can pierce through all of like the damage preventing or reducing things is pretty good.
An advantage.
It does have a niche, yes.
I'd put it in C for right now.
Yeah, C tier sounds well. Good.
For all three of them. Blazing Spin Attack.
Blazing Spin's good. It's like any of the other moves that would be around it, like Fire Cannon, Blazing Spin. All of them are going to be about the exact same.
Yeah,
I think we gotta argue with this. Is what other like special moves or even normal moves can they fight with for that spot?
Yeah, it's contending with Burning Dash.
But it's more consistent than Burning Dash.
Yeah.
That is true. And it also contains Volcano Burst, but that's not in specifically fire. That's not a problem because Flare Sword exists.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a solid move if you don't want like
about B tier.
Bother with activating Burning Dash.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I like running it.
Yeah, it's consistent. It doesn't give you like the massive boost of attack, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love using it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. ACT Rocket.
This move is weird. Like
activate it, take damage a few turns later.
Yes.
Or the next turn.
Yes. Can range from 1 to 3 turns before it even activates. Crazy. At least unlike Poison, which does have a similar effect, this one actually can kill the opponent. So there's that.
Yeah. I found that ACT Rocket, if you're activating a lot, is just free damage that the opponent can't do anything to prevent. So it kind of becomes a problem.
There can only be one activate at a time. If you win with Rock again while it's active, you just do like normal tail move. That's how that goes.
Imagine if you could stack rockets.
That would be absolutely ridiculous.
Broken, yeah. I reckon it's a B tier move.
Yeah, I think you put in like dinosaurs that have very low, like non-crit attacks. That's their best use.
I run it on Alpha Gorgo. I think I mentioned this before. I use an Alpha Gorgo set that uses Blazing Spin, ACT Rocket, and Deathfire, just because I think it's funny.
I forget. Does Archaeopteryx Charm deny this move?
Does ACT Rocket change stats?
I mean, you could technically No, it does not. I guess.
I don't think it does then. I think it has to change a stat or a move in some way for Arc Charm to trigger.
I mean, that's not true because Arc Charm
Poison.
it activates on tie bomb, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, would having a rocket locked onto you be considered a status ailment?
True.
I don't know. That requires further testing, I think.
Indeed. I mean,
Like
for now,
having that-
I don't think it even changes the ranking. So
Yeah. Air Raid Storm.
I think we need to talk about all these moves, because
all 6.
they're the same for
Air Raid Storm, Inazuma Phalanx. Not gonna call it Ultimate or Final Thunder because Inazuma Phalanx is much cooler. Neptune Stream, Dino Force, Crimson Flame, Gaia Mountain.
Yes.
I need to find all these guys. They're around here somewhere.
I've seen Dino Force somewhere.
Oh, found it.
Inazuma Phalanx, next row down. Below, there it is.
I saw Gaia Mountain.
You put Gaia Mountain up there already.
Oh, okay.
It's just Neptune Stream we're looking for now. Which
found it, I think.
Yep, I found it as you did. Right, that's all 6 of them.
Okay, all of these are the really cool QuickTime event moves that will make the tournament host hate you.
Mm-hmm. These moves are designed to be like the best. However, I don't think they're the best. Especially if you have them on a super mode, because it takes like 2 extra button presses each event. And
yes,
if you've got it awakened on the final one, you have to press 6 buttons within the time limit. And I've never been able to do it.
I might have done it once.
And it was hard, yeah.
It's... Even taking out the consistency, the damage on these moves isn't that good.
It doesn't even like take your attacking stats into consideration.
The
damage is decent, but you can go further with other moves in a lot of dinosaurs, so it does not like.
Yeah, there's just you use these as like a flex, or because you genuinely just. Okay, the reason you're using this is because you just want to see Crimson Flame.
Yeah.
That's the one reason you're using this.
You just want to see.
I want to see Neptune Stream and see that Spinosaur just
speed
360 all the way up the stream.
Gaia Mountain is such like a. It's really cool, and then it's so anticlimactic at the end.
Yeah.
And then Dino Force is kind of just like very slow but goofy.
You brought the
Air Raid Storm is cool. That's some Dragon Ball stuff right there.
Yes.
In all honesty, there is basically no reason that you should be using these over the basic.
Yeah, you don't even
speech
get
element
technique.
Anyway.
You don't even get technique. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would think you'd get better use out of using a normal move like Blazing Spin.
Yeah. So
these guys.
I'd put all these D tier. If I'm being honest,
I agree. Because factoring in consistently using them is difficult. Like, we've used them in Parsec plenty of times. Sometimes we're able to do it, and sometimes we just aren't.
Yeah.
Yes. It's mainly the super version that, like, sucks.
Alpha Dart. What the fuck are the ads going on?
So I gotta add that this move does the same thing as the Alpha Triple, where it ignores Dino Illusion and Earth Barrier and Counter Blitz.
Its damage isn't consistent. That's the only drawback of Alpha Dart. Its damage isn't consistent.
Yes.
It either does no damage or a lot of damage.
It's all over the place. with this move.
It's literally a random wheel, and I love this move. I used to use this
It's
move
a fun
all of
move.
the time. I love Alpha Dart, but I feel like you can't rank it any higher than, because the difference between this and the Alpha Trooper moves is both have the penetrating thing. All Alpha moves have this thing where they can just penetrate through the barrier moves, but with the Trooper moves, they all do a set amount of average damage, but Alpha Dart can deal either very like minuscule amount or a lot. Like if you get the Dino Man statue, you can just kill an opponent right there with that.
Yes. It's so much damage. It's crazy.
I reckon it should be higher than the Alpha Trooper moves, but around the
Let's
same
still
level
see.
as ACT Rocket, maybe, or just below it.
Yeah.
I put it high C because sometimes you're just
Yeah.
gonna roll and do no damage. ACT Rocket actually is good.
And Alpha Dice, I think, should be above Alpha Dart, but I think there's more damage options, but it's the same concept. You roll the dice.
I mean,
You can get
has-
one bomb and then do little damage. You can get 6 and nearly kill it.
yes, it has more like variety of the damage from the 6 compared to the 4 or 5 from the Alpha Dart.
Yeah. Alpha Dice is just a little bit more consistent in damage. This is a move I love using as well. Like Alpha Suko.
Yes.
You could either run Tie Bomb on it, but I like running Shockwave, Futaba Cannon. No, I for Alpha Suko, I like running Banana Surprise, Shockwave, and Alpha Dice.
Yes. Moves all over the place.
Alright. Annual and dive. I think we need to do all the dive moves in the same.
Yes.
If I can bloody find them.
Further down the list. Yeah, Tupouvoir is there, and then Tapajara is on the other side of the same row.
Okay, all of these guys have a good chance to do a little bit of extra damage when you do an attack. I also think we should get the rush moves up here because they are effectively the exact same thing.
But they lower technique.
Yeah, different. Do the dive moves have a status or a stat
No.
effect after?
No, they do not.
They say they do more damage, but I've never noticed that one does more damage than the other.
They, from what I've seen, they do not. It's just
Struthio Rush, third row from the bottom left
it's just
side.
the difference of the debuff.
All right, so how I use the rush moves is I basically just, I don't know what else to put on my dinosaur, so I'm like, I'll take a little extra damage.
Yeah, this is essentially like a filler move.
Yeah, it's like a normal version of Volcano Burst.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Another reason why Burst is just kind of meh. Yeah, these guys are just consistently, they're good, they're decent options. They're decent options. I kind of want to rank it B tier because just free extra damage.
Yeah, I was thinking B as well. You can't
and you can
complain.
stack them, and it gets really funny.
Yes.
When you stack them together.
If you get all 3 stacked up.
They do a lot of damage, yes. That's like a funny thing, but you gotta commit to it.
Mm-hmm. Now comes the, as I call, weapon moves, which is Flare Sword, Aqua Javelin, Thorn Whip, Lightning Axe, Jet Shuriken, and Giga Rock Hammer.
Which are all
Yes.
in there somewhere.
Just a thing.
Jet Shuriken, I think, was around where it was, where Giga Rock Hammer was. Next to Kamikaze Tackle. Too long. Next one on. Oh no, that. You've hovered over it twice.
Oh. Okay, where is Thorn Whip? Oh, found it. Okay. These moves are a lot less consistent, but they do something very interesting. The damage they do is based on the damage of the move you actually hit with beforehand.
Yes, 50%.
So, for example,
More
with
or
Aqua
less.
Javelin, if you get like the way I like to use it is with an attack type Salter, and if you hit a full strength Hydro Cutter with it, the amount of damage that Aqua Javelin will do is insane. So
Yes. Yeah,
I
it'll pretty much
have. Mhm.
destroy whatever. I think these moves again, like we have to consider what the super moves are they competing with individually.
yeah,
A lot of these actually tend to be on the bad crits of each type,
Yes.
is the thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Aqua Javelin's on
Yes.
paper, Flare Sword, Giga Rock Hammer, and Thorn Whip are scissors.
and Jet Shuriken's on
And
rock, so they are all on the bad ones.
so
they're
they're
not,
all actually.
yeah.
They are not that consistent. I have gone like 2 rounds in a row and never activated them before. But at the same time, when they do activate, I had an instance. The first ever one shot I ever did was Void was actually on the receiving end of it. I was using an Ulti Rhinus. I thought I was using the TIE variant. I actually mistakenly used the Crisis variant. And I think his next dinosaur came in. It was like an 1800 strength. I think it was a Titanosaurus. I just went for the Hail Mary. I was at low health, and I popped Super Impact. I hit it. I did more damage than I thought I would, and then Thorn Whip activated and just killed it. So that was the first like 1 turn kill that I ever got. So when these moves hit, like if you hit the dinosaur really hard, these things can almost guarantee you either win the round or just one shot.
Mm.
I will also say, weirdly enough, these are much better on crit focused dinosaurs rather than balanced dinosaurs. Like these are going to be a lot more useful on something like T-Rex than they would be Acro.
Yeah, just because of the damage scale.
Mm-hmm.
So where to put these? I'm
I
not
put them
sure
all,
they'd.
like-
Yeah, I'm not sure they'd be as high as the dive and rush moves because that's a more consistent way of getting extra damage.
I'd put them about the same just because they can do a lot more damage. But I'd be fine with putting them either above or below. Either one works for me.
I'd put them below. Put them just below.
All right.
Just something to consider, like they can't like activate with like another after effect move. So like the Earth one would never activate with Earth Barrier, and Jet Shuriken would never activate with Cyclone at the same in the same turn.
Oh
So,
yeah, the rush
just
moves
consider
can though.
Yeah.
yes, that the rush can, the super moves can.
All right. What do we have next? Aqua Vortex.
Aqua Vortex is weird. So you have to lose in order to activate it, which is already kind of a meh in my opinion. But the effect that it gives is that it does a bit of damage to the opponent and makes them forget all of their moves.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing depending on who you're fighting at the time. A lot of the time it is a
Obviously.
good thing, but if you're against...
Also, you have to specifically tie the next round with the opponent for it to activate.
Yeah, you have to tie. That's the activation conditions are very wonky with this one. And I like the effect. You can block out the opponent from doing certain things. Like, if you do get it off, they can't activate Earth Barrier anymore. They can't activate anything like Flare Sword or the Rushes. But at that point, you've already taken a hit. So...
It it's a good concept for a move, and if it was more consistent with its activation, then it could go higher, but I reckon it's a C tier move.
It's like low C tier for me. I don't know. I like the move, but I just think it has better uses.
There's better non-super move options for paper.
Mm-hmm. What is this?
That, I think, is supposed to be Aqua Whip. I'll double check that though.
Oh, also, it does set damage. Like, there's also that.
Yeah.
Damage is consistent every time.
That is Aqua Whip.
Okay. Aqua Whip just goes where Blazing Swing is. It's Aqua Whip.
It competes with, I believe,
Aqua
Javelin and Aqua
and
Whip.
Aqua Vortex. But again, it's not like you're gonna complain. That's what you're gonna run on a paper crit, water type.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're like doubling down and using super, yes, that's a good run.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah. Arc Discharge.
This is a crit one, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the crit for Apatosaurus.
So you gotta understand how Apatosaurus like activates the move. So for Apatosaurus to activate moves, you have to go 4 rounds of 4 turns, I mean, of a match before it activates permanently. Then after that, it's essentially a plus 400 attack plus 100 technique move. And on Apatosaurus specifically, it's incredibly powerful, especially since special moves just do super effective damage against all elemental dinosaurs that have element super move.
So it's consistent with its activation, and it's
Yes.
powerful.
Yes. It is very unlikely you don't activate this unless you're losing like extremely bad.
So
yeah, if you get hit twice with a T-Rex crit. Yeah, if you get hit super hard and you won't even live the next few ties, good luck getting this. Good luck activating that. But that's more of an issue on Apatosaurus, not the move.
Yeah.
The move itself, I mean, we have to consider how it works with specifically Apatosaurus because it's the only one that can use it.
Hmm.
And also, this is like the only this is the only like incredibly boosting move that it can use on this grid. So it's also that can use like soft cleaning beam, but it's not built for doing a type build.
Yeah, it's got the tie defense variant, but that doesn't mean it's built for ties.
Indeed.
That would be funny though if somebody was running a tie build on Apatosaurus. That'd be kind of goofy.
Be very goofy, yes.
I'm
Just
not
for
sure
arc, because Apato gets lethal, so arc discharge at full power is ridiculous.
Mm.
Yes.
I reckon it's a B tier move. Hello, Asta.
Hello, everybody. It's been a while. How are you all?
Good. We are
Ranking
recording
moves.
the move tier list.
Have a look.
So this is best move, by the way. It's best boosting move because this was the crit one.
Yeah,
And,
I'd say. Then we got Electro Launcher and Megawatt Stomp. Yeah, that's where I put them.
I mean, it has the same activation, but I wouldn't like double down on that.
Mm-hmm.
All secret moves, despite the fact they all activate at the same time. I would rather use some supporting moves. That's their issue, but it's still plus 400 with its ridiculously high stats, even on the non-crit. What is it? Yeah, 575. That's nuts. but I wouldn't use them. But they're still good.
Mm-hmm. What is this move?
That's attack boost.
Oh, attack boost. That's like
And then
that's
the following one is attack burst.
These are going in A.
Yeah, attack
this is-
any move that can permanently boost your attack is insane. Attack boost is more
That's
consistent, but attack burst is just insanity.
Attack
It's
burst on low strength dinosaurs is so funny. I have finally found use in Ankylosaurus because of attack burst.
yes.
Because heroic Ankylosaurus getting 180 every time it activates attack burst is so funny.
Yes.
And I also run
Yeah, so-
lightning axe on it.
So what you gotta understand about these moves is that they all activate based on the technique of the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Well, not that they activate the boost they receive.
Yeah.
From like,
Whereas where I've used it in tournaments on an Alpha Acrocanthosaurus, yeah, it's still good. However, the boost that it
boost
gets
is
is
not
a
as high.
lot less than it would be on. Let's just go for an Alioramus because it's got 1100 technique.
yes.
Which is kind of good for low strengths. Like, Alioramus really, really benefits from these.
Yes. So in these situations, like you would rather use like one of those technique based moves because they grant a lot of what is it? Technique. So it's like plus 25 attack. No, wait, that's not right. That's plus like 12 attack for use of attack boost. And you could also famously use technique boost to boost it even further if you have this a lot. Especially on a like a rock crit dinosaur. Those guys benefit the most from this.
Yeah. It's to the point where you could actually make a case for Allosaurus Atrox.
Yeah, where you can actually use these pretty well. Because Lucky 7 also like stacks with this, by the way. So
Oh, God. You know what I'm going to do? If we feel like it, now I really want to run, because I've been running attack boost on Metri for so long. I now really want to run, because it has Lucky 7. I want to run Lucky 7 attack boost Metri
Oh
now.
my god.
And then put like Magma Blaster or Fire Cannon on it.
yes,
Oh.
damage would be ridiculously high.
Because it's only a 1400 strength too, so
And if that works,
yeah, that might
it
be
would
fun.
also make Zuniceratops somewhat viable.
I
Yes,
think
it has.
Stranger in the Goma video, he was using a Zuni with electric charge and attack burst.
Yes, that is big damage.
A viable Zuni.
Yeah.
Alright, what do we got next? Banana Surprise. This is insane move.
Very flexible, very good. Like
This is a great option in general.
If you have no idea what to put on a scissors move, just put Banana Surprise because it's insane. It's an alpha move, so it should go through all the earth barriers and all that. And occasionally you get it's a move breaker effect afterwards, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
Move breaker? Yeah.
it's not
yeah,
move
there's a
breaker.
shockwave effect.
Oh, shockwave.
Yeah, the
But
shockwave.
only sometimes. Only sometimes. It's
Very
not
rarely.
consistent.
But the good part about Banana Surprise is that it actually adds 200 to the attack consistently, and it pierces through like everything, and it has the piercing effect of the alpha moves as well. So with the chance of doing shockwave, like Banana Surprise is a great option for scissors crit dinosaurs. It's non-elemental, pierces through the barrier moves, and can occasionally do the shockwave effect, and does a little bit of extra damage. This is an A tier move in my opinion.
Definitely. There's no way it can go lower.
It's very, I'm gonna put it above attack boost. It's just a very good move overall. that doesn't really have any other drawbacks other than you can't reach the same crazy damage numbers, but at the same time, it's a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bigfoot Assault.
Bigfoot Assault.
Bigfoot Assault.
Right, this is the scissored one.
Bigfoot ass.
Again, this is like the only one you have for boosting with super moves for grass in that
Yeah.
specific slot.
Yeah. It's
And
got
it's
no
also
high damage move to
Yes.
contend with because it's scissors.
it's like and it's also like competing with when in non-crit it's competing with Thorn Whip and what is it, Emerald Garden?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a
Yeah,
lot of
so
personal bias towards Emerald Garden, and a lot of the
I've got a
time,
lot of personal bias.
even if I'm using a scissors crit dinosaur, I will still probably go for Emerald Garden just because I have that bias, and it's just an insane move, Emerald Garden, if you can get it activated. So
yes.
I'd put it around the same as Aqua Whip, but just below it, because it's not a bad option, but I just think there's better options.
There is better options. Yes.
This one is going to be a bit contentious. Rock Roller.
Ooh.
Now, it's the same thing as like Gatling Spark, anything else, 450 damage, very good. Tujang with Rock Roller is terrifying.
But...
However, it's competing with Earth Barrier.
And a lot of
So
the
should we
time,
talk about Earth Barrier right now.
Yeah, let's pull Earth Barrier second row to the right. So, Earth Barrier, I'm sure everyone knows what it does, but for those who don't, when it activates, it basically means that the next hit that you take, like full hit, is going to be significantly reduced in terms of the damage you receive.
This not only
now we've already talked about like there's exceptions to this, but even so, like the amount of moves that it does and how common they are is not as huge as like the moves that are commonly used. So Air Barrier is usually always active. And it also activates after you win, so it's like a momentum based move.
Also, it lets you live Deathfire.
It does let you live for Deathfire, which is the crazy part.
That in itself, I reckon, is probably enough to put it at the top of A, given that it's also very consistent and just the best Earth move.
Can you live through Dino Detector with Earth Barrier?
Yes, I think you can even survive.
You can survive specifically
Omega
Goma's.
Phoenix. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. You can survive Omega Phoenix with Earth Barrier. So it
now a bit of a disclaimer. We are talking about specifically the boss mode Omega Phoenix. That is an automatic one shot. Actual Omega Phoenix is the same thing as all of the other armor moves, and it's not a one shot. But we'll get to the armor moves later.
Yes.
So now we've ranked that, we can talk about.
Also, Earth Barrier just like activates super frequently, so it's also that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can talk about Rock Roller, and the fact that it's either Rock Roller or Earth Barrier is such a big deal, and it basically just shoves Rock Roller down the ranking so much.
For me, it's like Rock Roller goes above. Like I feel like Rock Roller still goes. It's one of the only like hard hitting moves like this that I would actually like knock down a bit just because. And Earthquake is right next to it in that regard because it's also a paper move.
Yeah.
You rarely see these moves ever because of Earth Barrier.
Earth Barrier just because if Earth Barrier didn't exist, Rock Roller would probably be mid to high A, because of Earth Barrier, it can't be an A. There's just no way it can.
You would only really see these moves on a paper crit,
AKA
Earth Dinosaur,
Tujang and Gigant.
Yeah.
indeed, or even Ankylosaurus even.
Anki's a weird one. The fact that it can't use Earth Barrier.
Yeah.
Neither can Cychania.
Such a shame.
Is this move Cyclone?
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like this is
Cyclone.
Cyclone. Okay. Cyclone is very good. Cyclone is very good.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Just giving you the ability to attack during a tie. That's. I don't
Yeah.
even know how else to put it. That's just.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And it's not like a set move like many others. This is you get to attack with like whatever move you want with, which is the crazy part.
Like
You
you've
can
got
get a free crit
yeah. You've
from
got
that
a
and attack with all the power in it.
yeah. I mean you've got a Neovenator with Mayfly, and you've got Cyclone active, and you tie on paper with Mayfly triggered. You're still gonna do that Mayfly.
Yep.
So
It also has like if it activates with a move like critical block or like attack Dino Shockwave, it's just a free win straight up. Like you can't lose. You can't even like your opponent can even take the tie. They just straight up lose, which is just like insane.
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna actually put it above Arc Discharge.
Yeah.
Okay, Cryo. Cryo's interesting. It's
Yeah.
incredibly balanced.
Correct.
So its moves, you've got its crit being Snow Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other ones you've got Blizzard Smash and Frozen Glide. Snow Crystal is a rock move.
To activate these ones, what you gotta do is you gotta use a sign twice in a row. I mean, not twice in a row. Scratch that. You just use them twice throughout a match, and then it'll activate that specific move. Doesn't matter if you like tie, win, or lose. It'll just activate after 2 uses. So it has weird activation.
Yeah. So it's not as good as Apatosaurus,
No,
in my opinion. It
no, because you can't. It's individual activation instead of the multi-activation.
and then in terms of Cryolophosaurus's use of it, you've got strength type there.
Pretty much.
So it
It has good strength for that.
yeah.
To be fair.
If I was ranking them, I'd put the crit in line with Pato's non-crit moves. And then
Yes.
I'd put the other two probably around where Earthquake is, or maybe just below Alpha Missile.
Yeah, that sounds
Okie
about right.
dokie.
To be
I'm
fair,
sure we're
they're still, like,
definitely.
they're
definitely
still
not.
plus 400. But
Yeah.
like that have way you have to activate them. It's just you have to play around with that.
And we
Yeah.
have Firebomb.
Wait, are
Yes.
both of these Firebomb?
No, one's
Yes.
Burning Dash.
Okay, Burning Dash. Burning Dash is good. It's not competing with anything.
Burning Dash is the second one, just so you know.
Yeah, it has very little competition with the other two.
Wait, which one's Firebomb? Which one's Burning Dash? They look the
Firebomb
exact
is the
same.
first one. Firebomb is the first one. Burning
Oh.
Dash is the second one.
Firebomb's competing with Flare Sword and Deathfire.
Yes,
I'm gonna put it a bit like
it is
same
the
thing as
only-
Super or
the
Bigfoot.
only.
Mhm.
It's like Bigfoot. Yeah, it is only. Actually, it's essentially the same thing, really. No,
Burning Dash is an A tier move.
It's not competing with anything. 450. Very good.
Yeah, you only have to tie for that.
Yeah.
Like
The only downside of burning dash is you can't couple it with an attack boost or attack burst. That's it. It's the only downside.
That is true. Yes.
Alpha Acro doesn't care.
Exactly.
All right.
Very. Very
the
has
Theory moves.
a rock.
It has the
from
same
memory.
activation requirements as cryo. So,
However,
but
its attacking boosts that it gets from each move is less, isn't it? Because it's a higher
it's
technique.
weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 300 instead of the 400. It is balanced a lot. Like they were gonna give this is how secret move dinosaurs work. If they have high technique, it's gonna be plus 300, but if they have low, it's gonna be plus 400 essentially.
In terms of Theory using it, Theory's got 4 types: counter defense, tie defense, and revival. So
I mean, the only one that like synergizes like somewhat with it is counter type.
yeah.
Even defense, because you can take a little bit more hits, but not enough. And again, only one activates at a time, so there's also that.
So its
problem.
crit move is it's a rock crit. So its crit move is Claw Blade.
Yes.
And then its other one's Gyro Claw and Dangerous Claw, Scissors and Paper. I just put it below Cryo in its respective places.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Hold on.
Deinonychus.
Which one's Claw Blade? Just because that move.
This one. Oh.
Okay, so
yeah.
Put it below Snow Crystal. Yeah, that's better. That's way better.
There's going to be such a war in the comments about these ones.
Yes, definitely.
People are going to take such an offense to where we put Deathfire.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so we're doing Deinonychus, right?
Yeah.
Deinonychus.
Okay, so remember how I said the other ones had a pattern for its activation? Yeah, this one doesn't have that. It's just random. Sometimes they activate turn 1, sometimes they don't even activate. It's just they're not consistent.
But this is Deinonychus.
Yes.
And at any given point, usually one secret move is active.
You also
Plus
have to consider like
we are missing
active.
in the top 3 there. We are missing spinning attack because I put whip attack in there.
No,
it's technically a different move. No, I mean for the Deinonychus.
Oh.
So
yeah, I didn't see that in here.
Spinning attack is in there somewhere.
Oh, found it.
Yeah, I put whip attack in, which is just Deinonychus's version of tail. So
I'll put that at the bottom because that's not technically a true thing. Okay. Dynamic Galaxy, crossing attack, Spin.
It's better than Theory in my opinion, just because Deinonychus gets attack type. It's not consistent, and you can use that to your advantage.
Yes, also consider that if you don't have any other super moves active, you're not resisting like other super moves. You can only resist them if they're active. So if you want to take like a hit from a dinosaur that's focused on super moves, then you better hope it's active at least one, even if you're not going to use it.
I reckon. I don't know if I put it above Cryo or not.
I would.
Cryos.
Yeah,
I would say it's better than Cryo,
but not.
And even Apato, because Apato, that's 4 turns you have to go. No resistance, no moves.
Yeah.
Deinonychus can have multiple moves activated turn 1. Usually one move is always active.
Yeah. Well, we'll put it above Pato then. Why not?
Alrighty, right.
So yeah, its crit is spinning attack, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Throw the paper moves that somewhere.
Uh,
It sucks that it can't like
yeah. Lad,
sacrifice it
what
for
are we doing with
tacticals, but
spinning
whatever.
it attack? Are we putting it above Pato's crit or leaving it where it is?
Oh. I'll put it right below. Arc discharge is so crazy.
Yeah, just
With
'cause it's
lethal.
lethal. Yeah. Crystal
Now back to
Crusher.
normal moves.
Crystal
Yes.
Crusher is a strange move in that it's trying to be Cyclone, but it's not Cyclone.
This is. Well, what'd you say it was?
Crystal Crusher. It's trying to be
yes.
Cyclone, but it's not Cyclone.
No, because for one, it activates after you lose, and the other thing is what's it called? What's the other thing? It also does like set damage, and you have to tie specifically after you lose. If you don't, then nothing happens. You basically lost that move already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I guess the fact that it lowers defense has something going for it.
It's just kind of worse, Aqua Vortex.
Depends on what you want, because that the defense like lowering that stays throughout the entire match. Provided you don't have like Archaeoptics on.
That's true.
I think we have made an error. What we thought was Cyclone before, I think that's supposed to be Biting. Yeah, that's Biting Wind. It just looks like a Cyclone card. So Cyclone is the next one anyway.
Right
Yeah.
there. And then we're going to put Cyclone.
It was above it, yeah.
Right there.
So just for Biting Wind, it's exactly the same as like Aqua Whip and Bigfoot Assault.
It's just
Blazing Swing. And
the same as I say it's the same as Rock Roller and Earthquake actually, because it's competing with Dino Illusion and Jet Shuriken.
You are correct.
In fact, I think it's actually even worse for that, because again, same thing. You will only use it on the Wind Dinosaur that you want to super move with. But the other ones never want to use this move or the other two.
Here it is.
The point of contention. Deathfire. Let's trigger half the audience by calling it Fire Scorch. I'm joking.
All right, now it's time to talk about
Fireball.
Wait, if we combine Deathfire and Fire Scorcher, we just get Fire.
Fire.
This move sucks ass, honestly. My honest opinion.
Death Scorcher. Or let's just call it Tactical Nuke, because that's essentially what it is.
Yep. So Scorch Death is not that good. It's a one-shot, but in all of my experience, Deathfire often activates or is actually used when the opponent was already gonna die in a next hit anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Its activation rate is very, very low. Like, we're talking like real.
It's not D tier.
Now, granted, saying that, I have seen it activate on Zero Technique before. It's not impossible, but it's still like incredibly low and incredibly rare.
And one may argue Black T-Rex. However, Black T-Rex gets Deathfire for free because that's its typing.
Yes, this is correct.
I don't think it's fair to count Death type, because it's just not fair. But I reckon it's a low C. I personally don't use Deathfire. There's better scissors moves to use.
I use it on one build. That's it.
You also have to specifically lose, hope it activates, and then win. If you don't win, then nothing happens. Even if you die, it goes away. unlike the death type, which stays on as long as you're like in the
Yeah.
health threshold. You know, not that you
That
would.
will only be used once per match.
It can only be used once per match. I think. Yeah.
That makes it even worse, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the meme where you stack it with the Black T-Rex, and you can use both.
Yeah, but that's actually banned in most tournaments.
I mean, I don't even know why. It's like the that's just incredibly memey and super gimmicky.
Yeah.
Death grind.
What is this move? Oh.
Death grind. We're
I
just
think
gonna
it's time to
ignore.
talk-
We're just gonna ignore the fetish version of the move, and we will go for the normal one because
Yep.
just the one that doesn't have the
Honestly,
green cloud afterwards. Let's just say.
we gotta talk about all of them, like straight up.
The kamikaze tackle and just everything. Yeah, they all are effectively the exact same thing.
Yeah, they all
Tail
give
smash?
like an extra 200.
I
Yeah,
think that's
tail
tail smash.
Where are
Like it's essentially the same move. It just depends on the dinosaur that you're using it in. Because like the big thing about this is like they're not affected by super move resistance, so it does give lower attack power than those, but they do more damage if they're not like resisted.
wall smash.
Like if the super moves are resisted, then they do more damage.
Or bottom right, sorry.
Found it.
It also like gives like a
Atomic
ridiculous
bomb
amount
is
of
the
technique,
third
plus
rogue
250. Like that's incredibly high. And consider that high technique means activating other moves and more frequently, and also like taking less damage from a tie. Just does a lot.
These are good moves. These are fine. These are very like kind of middle of the road, but they're good moves.
Yes.
Atomic bomb is the next row up to the right. A little bit further. It's next to
Found it.
yeah, that's it.
Not sure what I can't. These cards are so small. I can't tell what's happening in half of them.
Okay, we've got 8 of them there, which means we're missing one more. Which one are we missing? So we've got all the scissors.
Death grind, Dino swing, neck crusher, atomic bomb, kamikaze tackle, tail smash, diving press, stomping
hammer. Where is stomping hammer?
It's around here. Found it.
Cool. So these are good moves. I'd put them in B tier. If I'm being honest.
I'd put these like above the dives and rushes, but not really anywhere higher. Because they'll effectively do the same thing, and each one is kind of dependent. That's why there's 3 that do the same thing for each type, because the difference is like stomping hammer, diving press, and tail smash all do the same thing. However, they are affected by the amount of technique you have, or kind of the strength. Really, it's the strength.
That is the strength. Yes, it's the strength.
Diving press is for a 1200, 1000 strengths, and then stomping hammer is for 14, 16. Then tail smash is for the. Yep. Oh, forgot.
These are
Atomic
also the moves
Bamba.
that you need to use to trigger secret moves.
Yes. All right. Defense boost and defense burst.
Not as good as attack boost and attack burst, but don't discount them. Because they are still insane.
They're still insane, but I wouldn't say they're as good as the thing. Because
they're not.
They also give lower amount compared to attack boost. Like at base, if your dinosaur has 0 technique, then attack boost gives plus 50 at 0 technique, and defense boost gives 20 by comparison. It's not much, but it is lower.
These are really good for countering balanced dinosaurs.
Yes.
I'd say high B, low A, depending on your guys' opinion.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
What are we going for?
Go low A because they still have a lot of practical uses.
Alright. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna say the technique moves. They're not. If that's the case, I think they're like low A too.
Hmm.
All the 9 of them.
Yeah. Got Dino Illusion next when Lad is back from his mutedness. But let's just quickly have a chat about Dino Illusion while we're waiting for him.
Yes.
So, Dino Illusion is one of those moves it's a bit like Earth Barrier in that it makes it's the move of the type, basically.
Yes.
If you're running a wind type, there's very few strategies that you wouldn't want to use Dino Illusion with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically,
it is a bit. I would say it's a bit worse because you have to lose for this one to activate, as opposed to Earthfire, where it just you win, you get it for free.
But the weird thing is, Dino Illusion stays. Like it stays on. You can tie all you want. You can win all you want. It stays. It even carries across through switches, I think, as well.
Yes. I mean, Earthfire does too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But like in terms of the two, I think Earthfire is the better one. But it's still like that's still like good. Like compared to Cyclone, which it's only active for 1 turn. This one just stays active forever.
Yeah. Next up, Dino Stuffer. This is just one of the best moves. It is borderline banned. It is one of the best moves in the game because any move where you can block a crit with it's guaranteed to block a crit. It's 1 use per dinosaur, which is the main thing that stops it being banned. But still, the fact you could have a T-Rex with Burning Dash primed up, and this could stop the Burning Dash. And I think it also means that the Burning Dash would deactivate after, off the top of my head.
It does not deactivate, actually.
Okay, ignore that then.
Yeah.
But this, I've used Dino Stuffer so many times, and it
also doesn't activate the recovery moves if you lose by activating this.
But a lot of times,
at the same time,
a match saved by Dino Stuffer.
Yes. Yeah, at the same time, this is essentially a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
This move is worth it. Even if it's just the 1 crit, it's still worth to just deny that.
Because it can be the difference between winning and losing a match. 1 crit.
Indeed.
Packy.
So, Pachycephalosaurus.
Okay. So, basically, take everything I said about how Apatosaurus activates its moves, and add 1 more turn to Pachycephalosaurus.
So it's 5.
5 turns?
Yes. It is not the same as Apato. It takes more turns. It is weaker, yes.
Yeah. It gets blitz and strength, but it still doesn't make up for 5 turns without type resistance.
Yes. It's a big issue. I don't know why they did that.
I would put it. It's definitely below Theory. So yeah, Laser Ray, that's its crit.
I'd put that like right there, and then put the
Yeah.
rest of the moves in.
I'd put the rest of the moves below the rest of Fairy's moves.
All right.
So we're missing one of Fairy's moves.
No gyro claw is here. I don't know where it went though. Yeah, we've.
I can see Claw Blade.
Yeah.
I can't see Gyro Claw.
Yeah, we have, ladies and gentlemen, we
Oh
have
no,
lost.
it's above the dive moves.
Oh, how did I get there?
And yeah,
Weird.
there it is. That's Quake hit.
Okay,
Egg attack.
egg attack.
Egg attack. The overwrapped gets a fossil card, which I think is quite cool. Egg attack competes with 2 Platoon and Nature's Blessing.
Yes.
It's
so
the same thing
cool.
as like blazing swing, is the thing.
Yeah.
Blazing
pretty much.
Swing.
But blazing spin. I'm sorry, I've been calling it blazing swing for so long, I cannot stop.
Yeah. Again, it's not as big like of a problem as like rock roller or biting wind, but it still has to compete with those. So
Yeah. I would put it just below the dive and rush moves.
yeah, I think that's a good spot for it.
For egg attack? Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, for egg attack.
really? It's pretty low for a move that's the same thing as like blazing spin or aqua whip. I'd put it like right there.
Or at least put it par with biting wind if you're going to keep it up high.
Okay.
And earthquake is, yeah. Electric
Hmm.
charge.
This move is
This
just
move. I like a long time ago. I thought this move wasn't that good, but like just going back to it and thinking about it, man, this move is kind of like it makes lightning dinosaurs go crazy with their damage output.
I've
It's
never
an
really
attack
had any
and a
use for
defense
it.
boost at the same time.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing with a lightning charge.
Attack and recovery.
Yes, it heals you a bit. It's very negligible to heal, but also it gives you a set plus 150 to your attack in each use. And you can only use it 2 times because all recovery moves you can only use them 2 times. But that like adds up to plus 300 when both of them activate.
And
And
if you
plus
get that
150
on
is like incredibly high. Like normal attack boost will rarely ever reach plus that high amount. Unless you're using like a super high technique dinosaur. And also it doesn't share a slot with attack boost. So you
Yeah.
can add both of them and just make every lightning dinosaur in the game essentially a super cannon.
Yeah. What's the high? I'd say let's go with Taurosaurus then. So you can get
Yes.
You haven't got like a high-powered crit move or anything like that, so you're just using lightning
Yes.
strike.
It's
But you've got electric charge and then attack burst or something, and then stack
Yes.
that, and you've got an insane rock crit there.
yes. That would do minimum 75% of the highest strength HP dinosaur. Which is crazy. Even the normal moves, they become like essentially a critical move. Of course, it's still a chance that it activates, but even then, when a plus 150 if it activates only once, is still like
Yeah.
very notable increase.
Like even if you just get it activating once without any attack boost or attack burst, Taurus stats go up to 1010 and 520.
Yes. And then the heal is just like an added extra to it. Just a bonus essentially.
So don't sleep on electric charge. It's just an A-tier move,
No.
in my opinion.
Absolutely insane move. And it's also the support move in not that we're counting it, but like it's also the support move in tag matches. So you can give it to like another dinosaur if you have a lightning dinosaur in the back.
You just get like a Mapu or something. Boosted with electric charge and attack boost with a magma blaster.
Yes. Absolutely insane numbers.
Elemental power.
I like this move actually. I think this is one of my favorite simple moves.
Agreed. One of my favorites as well.
It's a very slept-on move because people don't really know what it does.
So, for it has the same as the boost moves. Like it can only activate twice, but every time you win, it will boost your super moves by 100 and grant you resistance to your opponent's super moves by 100. Which, when both activate, equates to plus 200 super move attack and 200 super move defense. Which, considering how many people use super moves in tournaments and all that, this is a very, very good move.
Yeah.
Now you have to make if you want its full potential, you do have to make like a set work around that. But even then, like it's still like a solid. It's not like you just put stuff like placing spin attack and jet biting wind and all that. No. Every super move, every sign that has a super move, it will grant the boost. So even if something like Dino Illusion is taking your slot, that will get a plus 100 if you win with that, which is absolutely great.
Just get a free boost with if you're rocking Earth Barrier because that sign stays permanently.
Indeed. It's just good. It's just good.
Yeah.
Very slept on.
It's definitely A tier. I'd argue putting it above defense boost and burst.
Oh, it is better than defense boost for sure.
Not quite sure about the attack boost, but it's definitely rivaling it.
You can stack, I guess. You can stack with it.
Emerald Garden. I have a lot of bias for Emerald Garden. Because
so it has the same active.
It goes through type disadvantages and earth barriers.
It does, yeah. Does set damage, correct? That like a very huge set damage. If I don't remember. It has the same activation like conditions as Deathfire. But I do believe this move activates more frequently than Deathfire. So it has that going for it.
I've been able to consistently use it on a Coronosaurus, which has 500 technique, so...
And plus, the recovery it gives you is pretty high, and the amount it drains for your opponent is also ridiculously high.
Yeah. And
also, recovery stacks with this, which is even funnier.
Yeah. I think it's got the potential to heal more than it takes as well if your opponent's on low health. I think. I'm pretty sure I've seen it do that once. I'm pretty sure I've seen it do it once. It needs testing, but I think I've seen it take more than it, or heal more than it's taken on one occasion. But again, that needs testing.
I shall test it right now. Hold on. We can still talk about it while I set this up.
So if we come back to Emerald Garden in just a moment, just while that's being set up, we're going on to, we've got, is that all 6 food moves there? Yeah. All 6.
Oh, that's just me.
The food moves, they are meh. the only time they
Guard
really
medium.
become good, in my opinion, is if you're using a recovery type dinosaur, which will just boost the healing effect. But why are you going to use
So-
these instead of like light recovery or recovery?
Okay, so moving aside, the fact that they activate specifically when you moving that aside, like they specifically only activate where you're super low on health, and also you have to win with that specific sign. It doesn't activate with every single one, which is something like light recovery does, and
Also,
even counterattack recovery.
another thing that
Like,
not
setting
a lot
aside-
of people will know is that certain foods will work and won't work with certain dinosaurs.
Yes. Yeah, you like have to know that. Yes. I mean, setting that aside, like even on when you do have them correct, like the amount of things you have to do to activate it is just ridiculous, and honestly not worth it most of the time.
There's just no reason to use them over other recovery moves. If you're rocking a grass type, you're going to be
Pretty
using Nature's Blessing. You've got light
The
recovery,
only thing-
counterattack recovery. You've got Arc Charm, Lillian Cure. Even Lillian Cure, which is not a great move in itself, in my opinion, is still way better than these.
The only thing about it is that it gives non-grass dinosaurs a healing move from
From Rock.
rock, because so otherwise they don't have one. But even then, the dinosaurs that want to use that are like very small.
Final Fury is the next one.
Where did we put Emerald Garden again?
I think we're waiting just to double check. It's
I mean, you can put it with that
Ooh, don't-
knowledge, and then I'll
don't-
tell you if it works or not.
don't put it in C tier. It's way better than C tier.
Final Fury.
Yep. Final Fury. Final
Is
Fury.
a move.
Yeah, it is a move. Final Fury's not a move that I use often.
I have returned.
I have started to use it a lot more often. I
Oh,
like
good.
it.
So from my
Yeah.
understanding of Final Fury is when your health is low, basically Velociraptors come and do a shit ton of damage.
Yes, this is
Like a quick strike amount of damage, but still, this is really good, like quick strike, when paired with crisis type.
Ah, extra damage.
one thing I do
ran-
want to though. Crisis type and Final Fury don't have the same threshold to activate. I think Final Fury is a bit lower. But other than that, like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I ran Crisis Neovenator once, and I just loved using crisis types after that.
Indeed.
Suko's the only water type I'd never use Shockwave on because I like running Crisis or Tank on it because it has defense type.
Yeah. Even then, like, it's still like a lot of damage that can't be denied. But again, very low health you have to be for it to
Yeah.
work.
I think just the threshold for Final Fury is going to put it sort of
Hold to that.
around where the dive moves are.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
If
put
it-
it a bit below the rush moves, like right there.
If it had a higher threshold, it would be higher.
Yeah.
Alright. Fire Cannon.
Uh,
Fire Cannon.
well, honestly, not that big competition. Like Magma Blaster, yeah, it does 500, but again, you have to lose to activate it. And
you've
then
got
the other
Heat
moves
Eruption.
competing with is Heat Eruption, yeah. But that move is more like that move's already competing with other things, and it only works on like time.
Put it like right above Earthquake.
Yes,
Mm.
it's. I think that sounds right. Yeah.
This doesn't need much explanation. Really, it's just
No.
the same as sort of the other moves. Futaba. Futaba is good.
Oh, it's good. Yes.
It is very good.
Futaba is good move. I will put it there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Gatling Spark.
Gatling
All of this
Spark is funny.
Like
Especially
it's
on a
the same as
penta.
Burning Dash. It's the same as Burning Dash, but
Its reputation is
the things it can do paired up with other moves that are exclusive to lightning moves.
It's competition's
funny.
lightning spear, and
Which is it's okay. It's still an okay move. I wouldn't say it's
Plasma
completely
Anchor.
outclassed, but like the Thai super moves are like super good. And Plasma Anchor is also like a Thai set build.
yeah. Okay, if we got Megalo's moves next, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same deal as Deinonychus. He just activates whatever the fuck it wants.
So the moves
So-
are slightly stronger.
Yes,
Because
they
of
are
being a
expensive.
200 technique. Its crit is
And also-
scissors, so that's gigantic fall.
And also Megalo just has all of the moves that boost attack. To be fair, Deinonychus is more consistent with that because he has, their attack type. So unless Megalo doesn't activate those, it's the same boost. Essentially.
So
Pretty dangerous,
Psychic
though.
Bind is its main move.
Psychic Bind is no. Gigantic Fall is its main move.
Yeah.
Which is the
rock.
second one. Yeah.
Wayne
Right
Johnson.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Or
we'll
he
just put the
throws all the
rest.
Dwayne
Yeah, I'd
Johnsons.
put it just above Deinonychus. Really?
Yes.
Where did I put the? Yeah.
Yeah.
Binonicus.
That
Okay.
was bad. That was just stupid. That was
Golden
bad.
Bird. So, a lot of people might be wondering, what is this move? Golden Bird never got a card. It's a hidden code in the game that you swipe it or you input the code just in the game, like you don't even have to put it in as a move, and it comes in and it removes all of your opponent's signs so they can't attack.
Essentially, a free win.
It's
free
it's a
win.
free win card. This move is used by people who can't beat
Goma.
Goma legit, and yeah, this is the
It's
Goma
just a
cheese
full
move.
Yeah,
This and Life Force Swap is just used to cheese Goma, and fun fact, nobody is going. Nobody's gonna think you're cool for beating Goma if you use these cards.
It also only has a 3 limit, but even that, like who cares? It's still like
Yeah.
automatically a free win.
It's like a bronze medal in Gran Turismo. Sure, you beat it, but who cares?
That's a participation award.
It's the fucking bronze star from Mario Galaxy 2, where the game just does it for you, but it doesn't really count as an actual win.
Alright, what's next? Green Impulse. This is the first one of the Thai moves we've got. I think we don't have.
I
think we
believe
don't.
so. Yes.
So
Which one is this? Green Impulse?
Green Impulse. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Green Impulse.
one of the moves that can trigger in a Thai.
This move
It's
is
got the
fucking
occasional
weird.
after effect of like an emerald garden, a miniature emerald garden as its after effect, and that it can drain a bit of health to recover your dinosaur.
It always activates.
Oh, does it always activate?
Yeah, but here's the thing with that. The amount you heal for this move is entirely dependent on how much health your opponent has. So like if you activate it at like the beginning of the match, you'll heal like quite a bit, but if your opponent's about to die, you'll heal like at best 1% of your health.
One
So-
pixel of health.
Exactly. So there's that. It's a really weird healing. Like thing.
I can put it like
Also, I
right
should mention
there.
that all time moves can only activate twice per match. Well, twice per match with an asterisk because in like elimination dinosaurs it will reset, but in like a tag match you'll only use the 2 times. Anyway,
Yep.
that's your eruption, yeah.
Yeah, heat eruption
Yeah.
has a volcano burst effect after it.
And it's
Okay.
automatic.
Yes, so that volcanic burst is essentially just it's 1.5 tie damage of what the others do. Essentially, basically, it's like all time moves do 400. This one does 600 because of the effect. So like it's very potent, but like it's the other problem with it is that it's competing with what's the move?
Tie
Tie
attack.
attack for normal, which is more consistent and doesn't rely on chance to activate. Still pretty potent though, but the composition is like very.
I'll put it right there. Low B.
Yeah.
All right.
What is this move?
Haste. Haste is the next one.
Oh, this one sucks.
Haste is the only purpose haste really has is to, even though it didn't really matter too much. The only purpose haste really has is to stop like blitz type and quick strike.
It's in Lucky 7, yeah.
No,
All those moves.
haste's only purpose is to make your opponent hate you, or the
Yes.
tournament host disqualify you.
Yes. This movie is just like it's supposed to catch you off guard, but like it's only really potent on the single player mode because you can't read the head in time or something, stuff like that. Especially they do like the little like
This was
little
really
finger
good
on the
when it's the
side.
computer.
yes,
Like it if you're using it, it's a drawback. If the computer's using it, it's against you as well. Like this move
Yes.
just makes you worse.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's so much better stuff you could have in your paper move.
Mm-hmm.
You use this just to annoy people in like live or parsec battles. Never use this move.
Please
Yeah.
There is one good use for haste, however.
no.
If you had a job that required you to have good eyesight, and you end up getting a black eye because your opponent just punched you in the face for using haste, I suppose that's a good use for it.
Medical leave. Perfect.
Yep.
Right, let's move swiftly on to Hurricane Beat.
No, would using haste and getting attacked be considered aggravated assault?
Oh, good lord.
I don't know, King. You know more about this stuff than we do.
I'm gonna say no, because aggravated means using like a weapon.
Oh,
So
I thought using a weapon was assault and battery.
that's American law. English law, an aggravated one is like aggravated means like using a weapon. Because an offence in the UK becomes aggravated if you're using it's called the wife, a weapon, imitation firearm, or explosive.
The wife.
Yep.
The wifey.
Yep.
Cut this out of the video, but it would be funny if it's like there's just a black screen with like some nice music that just says, and then we talked about what American and UK laws for a sec.
Oh no, it's staying in. I don't. Hurricane B. Before we get me demonetized.
Keep dropping stuff.
Shop strong on Max. We'll be right back.
Yep, technical difficulties.
Technical. Hurricane B. Finally.
Okay, first loss move, super moves. I don't know how to. I'm not.
This
I'm
hits
personally
like
not a big
Magma
fan of these
Blaster?
moves. Yes, I'm not. I'm not big of a fan of this move because it requires you to lose. So like,
Yeah.
you have
But it
to
looks
do
so
something.
cool. You
It does
kick the
look cool.
opponent in the face about 100 times and then backflip.
Yes, it is very cool.
It's
I would like to-
badass, but it's
It's okay. It's just I don't like the condition for it.
Yeah, but
it is
imagine
good
getting
for
hit.
Kano.
Rugops.
It is, yes. To do yes damage, it is very good. It's just a condition that really kills the card for me.
Below
Mm.
Futaba. That
Yeah.
yeah, below Futaba.
Wait, for below Fatal. No, I don't think it's A tier. I
No?
think it's B tier. No, I think it's B tier.
We'll put
think
them.
these moves
We'll
are
put it
B-tier.
right here,
Hurricane beats Scissors, if I'm correct.
Yes.
and it's competing with
Oh, excellent.
Cyclone too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I hate to do it to him, but
It's got to go with Rock Roller.
Yes.
Is that
Hydro Cutter.
That's Hydro Cutter. I'm a big fan of Hydro Cutter.
Same thing as
But
Hurricane Beat, but
It's
it competes with Shockwave. So
Yeah,
Competes
it
with
competes with
Shockwave.
right there you go.
Shockwave. Same.
Oh,
Armored moves.
Move goes down to
we're
the
gonna
other
say
armored moves. We
just
deal
save
with
it for
them all at the
last,
same
yeah.
time.
what is going on here?
That's
Uh-oh.
Lillian Cure.
Okay, I was about
Oh.
to say there's so much going on in this card all at once.
This
Lillian
card-
Cure is weird.
Shit.
If it didn't come up yet, I would have assumed that was Emerald Garden. 'Cause there is a lot going on in there.
Yeah, that's just Taiwanese New Fifth for you. In fact, I think it uses the same artwork as 2007 First and Series 2 First. So, anyway, shit move.
I mean, what Lillian Cure does is it's like light recovery, but you have to hit the opponent with paper, and this can happen twice. So if you hit the opponent with paper, you automatically get the health back, and then if you hit them again, and then it'll still be there, and if you hit them with paper again, you'll also get another one. But I don't even know if you can reactivate it.
Does it get rid of poison?
I think it does.
Does
I
it?
believe it does. Yeah, I believe it does cure static effect, but I'm not too sure.
Would
For
jump
me-
it up the list, maybe.
It's getting
it-
like
The IDs.
Let's see.
It's not even getting
I'll put it
C
right
tier
there.
vibes for me. High
Even
D.
D.
Really, we're gonna do Lillian like that?
High D.
I guess.
High D.
High
That's
D, yeah. So like
It's
a
not a
BT,
bad move,
it
but it
does
could be better.
bonus.
Life Force Swap. That's going into banned tier.
Okay. So this move. Granted, you can only use it once. But that
Once is
fact
all
that
you
you can
need.
just swap, just flip the match on its head is just ridiculous.
Your opponent can be
It's
on
just-
full health, and you have like less than a tie's worth of health left in you. And if you win, you can swap and insta kill your opponent.
Indeed. You can work around it, but the fact that it can change the match so much is just ridiculously.
I think it was banned in official tournaments as well.
If
Oh
it-
my-
if it was
wait,
banned, then I'll agree.
Actually, official tournaments ban this move?
I think official tournaments banned Life Force Swap. I remember seeing a few of the tournament videos back on YouTube like a few years back. And
Are they
whilst,
still
yeah, you
up?
had people using like Black T-Rexes and Deathfire and EO cars and all that stuff. I never
Oh,
saw
yeah, so
a
no
Life
different-
Force swap. I never saw a Life Force swap.
That one kid
You
using
reckon those
Eocar
videos are
T-Rex.
still up?
Yeah, they are.
The
They're
old
just
one?
they're on the Sega channel, but they're in Japanese, so
come.
they're difficult to find.
Do you link me a few of them?
I could try and look for some at the end of the like when we finish, but I can't make any
Okay.
guarantees, mate.
What's this next move?
That is Lightning
Strike.
Strike.
Okay, lightning. Well, it's not competing with any other lightning bus
It's
attack boosting moves.
it's
Oh,
got
like right there.
what's it got? It's got Lightning Axe and it's got Counter Blitz.
It's not even like the end of the world that it doesn't have a higher
Mm.
boost because of how lightning dinosaurs have they have
Lad moves it down
access
just
to
because it's
attack boost
competing with
and lightning
Axe.
strike. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're even missing it.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it right there.
Yeah. I think it's fine.
That's
Is this
light
light?
recovery.
Light recovery.
This
That's a
is this
very
one.
solid move. Very solid.
Yeah.
Not many complaints.
It's not amazing. It's going like right here for me. Top of
C.
C.
I'll put it B.
I'd put it B as well.
Yeah,
You're
B.
fine. Above Green Impulse.
Honestly, I feel like we're gonna see more tiers because we have Sony mid cards.
Well, a lot of cards could be lumped into the same thing depending on how he did the ranking. So
True.
That is Counterblitz.
Counter Blitz. This is a weird card.
counter shits.
So weird.
You have to lose, but if
You
you
have
lose
to lose.
again,
You
Basically, you do
You-
damage the next turn no matter what happens, unless
Yes.
they've got like Dino stuff or something on. If you
He
tie,
has
you'll
one-
do a little bit of damage. If you win, you'll do your normal damage. If you lose, Counter Blitz does a tiny bit of damage.
has the
I wanna put
lowest
it-
set damage from all these moves, but the fact that it activates when you lose.
it prevents you
It's,
from losing twice in a row.
Also, Flux over is ring types too. It has that going for it, I guess.
Magma Blaster.
The blaster, yeah.
So I
Same
started.
thing.
So I started blasting.
Same thing as the other, but it's not like it's competition is not as
Yeah.
like ridiculously big.
No. Arc
Arc up.
I would
Oh,
argue this for A tier because it is a very versatile move, but it's got to be the bottom of A tier because if there's no like debuffing moves or
Debuff.
anything like that, then it won't activate. It
I'll
can
put it above
activate,
the defense
yeah.
moves.
so it can activate twice.
Yes, you can only activate twice. And the healing is Schrödinger's healing. It will be garbage. It will be very good.
So it can even activate. So say you've lost, and a tag partner support effect like Shockwave comes in. It will then activate, take away the Shockwave, and heal up a load of health.
Well, the healing is very ridiculously
yeah.
inconsistent.
Yeah, you can heal a lot. You can heal a little.
Also, this move gives the highest technique of any move at 300, which is kind of ridiculous. Like you don't even have to have it under critical mode. Yes, it's just a flat 300. It's like at least it has that going for it.
It's a good move. That's just what I can say.
Good
about it.
move though.
Is that Mayfly?
I think that's Mayfly.
I will double check the wiki on it. I think it's Mayfly.
Yeah.
Some of these moves, they just look. Yeah, it's Mayfly. Some of these moves look a bit different.
You win. It's not really competing with anything other than Sonic Blast, which isn't that big of a deal. So I'm just gonna put it right here.
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
Yes, there's other competitions like Sonic Blast and Sonic Blast. It's garbage.
How's Metal Wing
We'll
next?
get to Sonic Blast when we get there.
Did you just say Atomic Blast?
No, Sonic Blast.
Oh, I thought you said Atomic Blast. I'm like Godzilla.
Yeah, good
Gojira!
lord.
Gojira. Okay. Metal Wing.
Is competing with Green Impulse and Super Impact.
Yes.
So it's like Blazing Spin tier.
Yeah.
yes.
Tiebreaker. This is a really goofy move.
Yes, it is.
It gets +1 tier just because of it's got Pirate Shear on it. So
Eh.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so this move was does you gotta tie first of all, and then you gotta win, and after that, there will come the top card will come in, and block a certain amount of ties, so you won't take any damage.
it
But,
stacks
the
with
amount
tie
of
attack,
times-
doesn't it?
It
And Softening
does.
Beam.
It does, yes, but also you have to consider that the amount of ties you can block is entirely dependent on the dinosaur strength. If it's a low strength dino, it will deny like at least 2 or 3. I don't remember. But if it's like a high string dino, it will only like cancel out one and not much else. So it's not as flexible.
Stick
in
it on a
terms of
charge
how much-
type Camarasaurus, and it will
Yes.
get a charge type
Yes.
Kama, and then
Indeed.
put tie attack on it as well. And if you can get a softening beam off, and you're doing insane amounts of tie damage, and not taking any damage at all.
Yes. So like this move can work really well for a tie, but like it's also like a little bit not as flexible because of that difference.
It's C
in
tier,
strength.
but it given the right build, it can be A tier. But for
Yes.
general purposes, it is C tier.
It's a +1. C tier +1.
C tier +1.
Yes.
that mole attack.
This is the only scissors boosting move for Earth dinosaurs.
Competing with
Competition.
Crystal Crusher and Giga Rock Hammer, which not having either
I
of
wouldn't
those
say
is
it's-
not a drawback.
Yeah, it's not really competition. Like deadass. You won't miss either of those moves if you don't have them.
Move block.
Pretty good.
Pretty okay, yeah. Just not denying your opponent access to their moves is pretty good. And but denying, I mean like they can still use signs. They can't just use whatever move they slotted in. So it's okay. It's okay.
I put that
But
right
you have to
below
win
the...
with rocks. You have to win with rocks specifically for these moves, right?
I don't know.
I
I put it
think
right there.
It is. Yeah, I think that's like the big drawback that you have to win with rocks specifically.
Mm.
Lad, can you do me a favor
Yeah.
and move
Rock.
Emerald Garden up B tier a bit
I'm slightly moving it up every now and again.
more? If it doesn't end up in band tier by the end of this video, I'm gonna riot.
What are you gonna do? Ban me from the server?
Yes.
Which one?
All of them.
You're gonna ban me from my server?
I will get mod on all of the servers that I can. I will even convince you to hand over your server to me, and then I'll ban you.
Wait, didn't I hand over my server to you for a second because I didn't know how to make the channel?
No, you gave me mod. You didn't give me owner privileges. So I couldn't have banned you even if I wanted to.
You'd be like, lad, I need ownership for a second. I gotta go fix something. It's like, okay, banned. You're gonna make it your life's work to get me out of the DK community.
All right, what have we got next? Move breaker.
Move freaker. It's just the same thing as move block, but only for one move and only in ties. And
Ever heard of
I
a
know,
blunder
I
type
know Lad's gonna
dinosaur?
say, yeah, I know you were gonna say that, Lad. Well, hear me out, okay? Blunder type and impact type do the same thing, but the problem with that typing is that it doesn't always activate compared to this one, which always activates. I still don't think it's like beyond F tier, but I just want to say that it doesn't completely get outclassed by that typing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What is this?
That is nature's blessing.
Nature's blessing.
Pack 4th version.
So
Nature's
deal.
Higher.
It has an okay heal, but you can only use it twice. Even if it's a support move, you can only use it twice. And by extension, that's also the same for electric charge.
There is no
It
way
is very
nature's
lame.
blessing is worse than Giga Rock Hammer. Lad, it's not worse than Giga Rock Hammer.
It is.
It's not. Move it above Giga Rock.
I've been moving Emerald Garden up. Come on, give me a break, man.
Just above Giga Rock, and I'll be happy.
Why specifically Giga Rock?
Because I don't like
Why
Giga Rock.
I love Giga Rock Hammer and
You don't
Thorn
like
Whip.
the bong gang?
I'm a grass type person, okay?
Then why do you want to move it above Thorn? Oh no, wait. You want this to happen, don't you?
That partially works for me.
Well, it ain't gonna happen.
In all honesty, Nature's Blessing combined with like a light recovery, something because they can stack, can't they?
They can stack.
They
that,
can
if
stack,
it's
and then
correct.
if you pair that with a recovery typing as well, it becomes so much better. But
Yes.
it can stack with other recovery effects, and that's why I think it needs to go higher. Not just because I've got grass bias.
I don't know. I feel like these moves have like the Giga Rock and all that. I feel like they're flexible.
Mm.
See, when in grass, there's not a lot of recovery types. Surprisingly, that can really use Nature's Blessing.
I think
A Rajasaurus with
Corsair
nature's blessing.
Yes, broken.
No, I think you've got Procerolophus. I think is the only grass recovery type I can think of off the top
No,
of my head.
Allura Titan. And yeah. Pro
There's another
and
one.
Allura.
Yeah, I think it's Procerolophus.
Ninja Attack.
Is that Ninja Attack?
That
I
is
couldn't tell. I saw
it's the-
Rainbow
it's
and I'm
the
like,
That's the-
fifth
that's the
edition, English fifth
Fifth
edition.
edition.
So
I don't know additions. I don't collect. I just eat the cards.
You should
So Ninja
They make
Attack
nothing to me.
unfortunately has the problem of competing with both Hurricane Beat and Cyclone.
Yes.
Eh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's not like earthquake situation, but it's still not good for it.
Ocean Panic is surprisingly good because you can get the shockwave effect afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, if you put this with a shockwave, you have two ways to get to shockwave.
Chimerasaurus with tie attack, ocean panic, and softening beam.
Yes, soft and
Yes.
wet, soft and wet.
Which is a pretty strong effect, obviously. Just limiting your opponent's options always like kind of busted in this game.
Plus, it pairs really well with shockwave.
Mm-hmm.
Other than earth types, water types are probably the most annoying element in the entire game.
Yeah, because of shockwave.
Kind
Just purely
Very
because of shockwave.
yeah, that effect is like really strong. Yeah.
Papasaurus love.
Yeah.
Going straight into band tier. It's that good, baby.
So Palpal's got the 200 technique, so it gets the plus 400 on its secret moves.
Yes.
So
And it also
when-
has balance like attack instead. So that
but
all moves will reach 900
but
minimum.
but
The problem
you
the
have
problem
to
is the
lose
activation.
twice.
Yes.
You have to
this is
lose twice before you even get your secret moves.
Sometimes you don't even get the opportunity to use them.
So
You get hit by a crit.
that Palpal is the worst secret, in my
No.
opinion.
No,
Eoraptor.
Eoraptor is the worst secret. Eoraptor is the worst secret.
I have bias towards Eoraptor, okay, but
Papa is the worst legitimate secret.
yeah.
Eoraptor is a meme.
As such, its moves need to go pretty low.
Yes.
Its crit is rock, so that's Papa Press, which you have got at the top of B, but it's not better than.
Because it's a
I put it-
crit,
I
and the
put it
rest
at
of them
the-
aren't crit.
Yeah,
It's just the activation. Like it
yeah.
gets, Papa gets dangerous if it gets him.
I'll fix that issue.
absolute
Oops.
ridiculous.
That is Plasma Anchor.
It's like
It's very solid. It's a
Right
very
there.
solid time move because its effect is that it drops the opponent's defense by 200, so you're doing more damage. It's essentially like an attack boost.
Yeah.
It's a really strong effect.
Howard Ray.
So one of the better time moves of the ones.
power drain goes through Earth barrier,
It does, and it heals.
and it
creatures.
does decent damage and does a little bit of healing.
Yes.
I'm just
you can
gonna-
put this one.
I'm just gonna
Again,
put
you can-
this like right there.
Yeah.
Again, you can just put this on a bad non-crit dinosaur that has bad non-crit, and it'll make work of it.
Quake Saber.
Quack Sabre.
Quake Saber's a tie trigger, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that and it doesn't
good move.
contend with Earth Barrier, and it works with Lexo.
Yes, that's correct. Dogs work so well with so many Earth dinosaurs. Crazy.
Quick Strike.
I've been sleeping on this move for so long.
This move is ridiculous. Like,
Combine it with Blitz.
yes, you do a lot of damage with Blitz. But, and there's a big but if you fail, the opponent just gets to do a ridiculous amount of damage on you.
Yeah.
I don't know why they put that drawback in it, honestly. But to be fair, if it didn't have the drawback, it'll be like super good. So it's essentially like the biggest high risk, high reward move in the entire game.
All or nothing.
Yes.
I'd put it below ACT Missile. Alright,
Yeah.
the next
What
one
is
is
this?
Recovery, Counterattack Recovery.
This one is so much more inconsistent because you need to be hit by a crit.
But it
Yes.
heals so much more.
Yes, it does heal so much more.
But
But it also
that's
has
reason
that,
for its
unlike light
inconsistency.
recovery, it has the that strength requirement where if you're lower you heal more, and if you're higher strength you heal less.
Put it right
So
here.
there's that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sand
I
Trap.
heard
Sand trap?
Don't
you
like
didn't like
sand.
sand.
I
Okay, so
love Sand Trap.
this is this time move. What it does, it drops your opponent's defense during ties instead by 200, and it basically has the same effect as softening beam, essentially. The problem with this, the only problem with this move is that it shares its slot with tie attack, which is basically the move you want to use if you're doing like a tie build. So that's like it's one issue.
Oh boy, Shockwave.
Just strong cell.
Yeah.
Absolute A2. Just denying your opponent using one move after you win is ridiculously strong effect.
I would have put it in the reserve list if it were me.
The band.
That's Ketsa, that's Skydive.
Skydive. Skydive is weird. It's a weird move. It drops technique by 300, which is nice. It does damage, of course, as that boosts your damage. And you can deal additional damage if you press the button at the right time. So obviously on paper that sounds great. But we don't do a lot of tournaments where we play on parsec with each other, and even then like the timing to get the bonus damage is weirdly very tight for whatever reason. So you don't always get the full damage out of this move.
Yeah.
But
I'd put it
other
top
than
C.
that, it's just like it's an okay move. It's an okay move. The technique drop is really good.
Yeah, the top C. Softening Beam. This move is great.
This is a great move. It doesn't boost your damage as high as like other paper boosting move, but for tie builds specifically, this move is absolutely fantastic.
It's a must. It's the move that makes Kama viable.
Yeah. Again, same effect as Sand Trap down there. So, and it is a significant amount of damage that you do once you're debuffed like this.
Yeah.
Very
It's like
solid.
having a tie attack without having a tie attack. And then if you put a tie attack on top of it, it's like doing damage from a normal move.
Yes.
Especially if you can synergize with charge.
Wait, what is this?
That is Sonic Blast.
Oh, this move sucks. This move's absolute garbage. So, well, not
Not that
during
bad.
tie, because it is damage during a tie. That's still, but the problem is its effect. Its effect is okay. So take out take Plasma Anchor and its defense dropping, but make it exclusively to when you win with the critical moves. That's this move, essentially. It's not a good
So
effect.
this
I don't
move
know
makes
why.
you deal more damage with your crit.
Indeed. It's not a good effect because it's the same amount, around the same amount as the Plasma Anchor one.
It's paper one, so you're just better off using attack boost or attack burst instead.
Pretty much, yeah.
Lightning spear?
Lightning spear.
Mm.
You're
okay.
competing with Plasma Anchor and Gatling Sparks, so
Yeah.
Not yet. Spike arrows.
competing
alright,
with
but it's
Sand
competing
Trap
with
Quake Saber.
Yeah.
Critical block. Critical block.
Oh, this
Critical
Critical
is,
block.
block is good.
this is a good move. This is just an insane move. And paired up in certain builds, it's just ridiculously good. But again, same thing as Shockwave. Just blocking one of the moves or your opponents is just really good. Same applies here. But even though you have to specifically be your opponent's critical move, it's still like really good.
What do we have next?
It's paired up with Cyclone. It's a good thing you can't pair up with Cyclone, actually. It's just really good. Just a free win.
Stun dash.
Stun dash.
This move, I don't understand this move. Like,
Me neither.
and this goes with the other one, with triple headbutt, right? That's the other one.
Yeah.
Like triple headbutt and skydive are quick time button presses that do bonus damage if you press them at the right time. And then triple headbutt and skydive, they drop 300 technique. Stun dash doesn't do this, and I've been scratching my head around why it doesn't do that for the longest time.
It's got to do
basically-
something else, right?
What I'm hearing is Stun Dash is D tier.
Yeah, it's the other option from these, but it's just weird that it doesn't have the debuff with it. I just never understood why that was the case. But yeah, triple headbutt is like. I mean, to be fair, it is easier to use this one in the quick time because it gives you an entire section to just mash the button.
Yeah.
So I guess it has that going for it.
Triple headbutt, probably around the same point as skydive.
Yes.
So Lad has muted, so we will quickly move on to the next one just while he's not there. And that is Super Impact.
Yes. Super, again, same deal as like Master.
So
And,
thoughts on triple headbutt and stun dash? I'm back.
Okay, so
triple headbutt goes with skydive and stun dash. I guess it can do more damage, maybe because of the matching is easier in that one. But even then, it doesn't give the debuff. So
and then Super Impact.
Soup.
yeah, same as yeah.
Tag team.
That team.
Oh
This
boy.
move is
tag team.
bad. This move is
is-
bad.
Granted, it can block any attack compared to
But
kind of stuff.
isn't it
But
you
the
have
problem
to
is you
lose
have to lose.
three.
Yeah.
You don't just have to lose 3 times. You have to lose 3 times in a row. Like you have to be playing super bad for this move to activate. That's
Actually,
the
fuck
problem.
it. It's going into F tier.
I mean,
Right
rip,
above.
rip pow pow, but yeah. Alright, we're moving on now to Technique Boost.
By itself, this move feels useless.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's like entirely useless, but
I never use
Well-
technique boost on anything.
I mean, there are things you can do with. Just remember, more technique means less high damage from your opponent. So
Where
I
I've seen
guess-
It gives-
success with Technique Boost is on my Super Takia build.
Yes. And
It should
again,
really be more like
it does,
more earth barriers and all.
but like it's okay to reduce damage during ties, but it really gets going with moves that rely on it, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So kinda not flexible, but at the same time, a lot of moves require technique, so it's not as bad.
So I'd go for somewhere in B tier. Give it a boost.
But, yeah,
I
think
wouldn't
it'd be
consider
good.
it B tier because I'm thinking about it by itself. It's meh, but
I mean,
sure.
Chief. Chief. To be fair, we counted Softening Beam in the context of type builds, so
That's true. I'll put it right there.
yeah.
Okay, what is this move?
Thunder Bazooka.
Ah,
So that's all right. It's all right. Like, not much to say about these moves. They're just all right.
Going right there.
Always active, plus 300 damage. It's all right.
Thunder
Thunder
Drive.
resistant.
Driver.
Again, probably around where Mayfly is. It is competing with Thunder,
What
the
is
electric
that
charge.
next
So that's
one?
like the one-ish thing.
What is
that
going on here?
I think that might be tie attack.
Tie attack is just good. Just you will tie a lot during these games.
Yeah, it's
so
tie
just
attack.
to move that boosts the damage during ties for free. That's just good, and it cannot be denied. It cannot even be like resisted either. Like unless it's like tiebreaker. That's the only move that cancels it out. Tie type tie type does not like reduce the damage from it itself.
Okay.
Like the bonus damage you get from tie tech, it does not get reduced by tie type.
Mm.
It's just really, really silly.
Yeah.
Only
Tie-
tiebreaker and tie defense stuff are the only ones that can then nullify these damages.
What
Tie
is this
bomb.
move?
Tie bomb is
Very
good.
solid. Move. Very solid. Very solid move. Just free damage during a tie after you win. It's just and it can stack too. That's like the thing.
Yeah,
It can
I'd
stack
put
up
it
to
bottom of
three.
A.
I think it can stack.
It
It
can.
can stack, yes, up to three.
If you
Up to
manage
three.
to go like 4 wins without knocking out your opponent and without tying, like you could say you got a T-Rex and you get like 4 rock and scissors wins in a row. You've done minimal damage to your opponent, and then you've got 4 stacked tie bombs. You get a tie, and boom, it's knocked out. That's the potential power of tie bomb. You're never gonna get
Yes.
that, but it.
And yeah. And it's not like negated by anything except Archaeoptery's Charm and maybe possibly Link or but even then you can just keep stacking them after those moves, like because that one doesn't have like a limited amount of times you can use them.
Yeah. Alright, the next one is Tie Trap, which is a move that never got a card.
This move is weird as hell. So essentially with this move, what you do is you remove 200 technique from your opponent every time you tie. And I think it doesn't like stay on until you win. Like once you win, it goes back to whatever technique you had. But like consecutive tabs, like it means less technique, it means less damage. You do more damage to your opponent if they have technique. But it's just like a really weird card that you put, I guess, with. It's a meme, essentially, I think. That's what I
I'd
would say Tie Trap is.
D tier.
Yeah.
Next up is Tornado Toss.
It's got to compete with Mayfly. That's its problem.
Yeah, at least he's not competing with Sonic Blast, good lord. That was sucks. Yeah.
Right there works.
Yeah, that works.
Tragic Sphere. It's
My
competing with
first
Ocean.
super move.
The tragedy
I
of Darth
love-
Plagueis the Wise.
I love Sad Bubble, as some would call it.
It's competing with Futaba Cannon and Ocean Panic, which are both pretty solid moves. That's it.
Tragic Balls.
Yeah.
It's about the same as all the other normal.
Yeah,
Kinda
probably
moves.
probably about on par with like, not quite Ninja Attack and all that, but it's not
Heroic type, attack boosted Ornata Titan could two-shot most dinosaurs it faces off using Super Platoon Crush, based on my personal experience.
2 Platoon is nuts.
Yes.
So I'd say high A.
Is this one a tie or loss activate? I can't remember.
This is a tie
Loss.
activate, actually.
Wait, which one? Which...
2 Platoon.
No, 2 Platoon is a tie. Super
Yeah, two
Impact is a
platoon crash
loss.
is a two platoon crash is a tie.
So that puts it really high.
It's like
It's almost on par with Futaba, I'd say. Maybe a bit.
Burn Bing Dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
What is this move? That just looks like Crystal Crusher.
I think that's supposed to be ultimate.
Oh, this is all the ultimate moves.
Yeah. Just
All
that-
right, we got a
that-
couple more normal ones right here. Venom
Yeah.
Fang.
Venom Fang is good. The poison effect, it doesn't kill. It lasts for a few
Not good.
turns, but it's not amazing, but it's not terrible.
No,
It's right there for me. It's
Mm.
okay.
again, say the same thing as what's the other tiebreaker? That's unique, more poison turns and all that. Solid, I get it is solid. Like
Full
it's
burst.
okay.
We've been ragging on
It
this
can stack
thing.
with you can stack with poison time. There's also that you can stack with poison type.
Oh yeah, that's right. Volk Burst. We've been ragging on it a lot. Is it D tier? Yes.
That's F tier, but like
Oh,
Like,
it's like
it's
right here.
more consistent. Than
It's
Flare Sword,
more
but-
consistent than Flare Sword.
What move was that again? Sorry.
But you only use it with scissors, fire dinosaurs because they don't really want to give up their critical move for Flare Sword.
KO Burst.
That's like the issue with it. It's another option.
And then
They
before we
have
go on to
fire types.
ultimate moves, we've got
One last thing, Water Sword. It's going about like
it's competing with Shockwave and Hydro Cutter. I
Like
love
right
Water
there.
Sword, but it's probably the worst of the 3 original water moves. And that leaves us with Whip Attack and the ultimate moves, so all of the ultimate moves
and Whip Attack.
and Whip Attack. Whip Attack is just F tier because it's a normal tail, basically.
It's just a normal attack,
it's just
and
a-
yet people think that it's a special thing. It's not. Oh wait, I
I
know
don't know
why,
why
because it's in the anime.
yeah, it's
Put it in the
anime
reserve
as-
list, 'cause
as
that's
a
just
quote-unquote
fun.
special move. I don't know why. That's why it has goddamn thing.
If we're gonna rank it,
Okay.
it's gonna be F tier because
It's a
It's a
basic
normal move.
attack.
Yeah.
It's a basic attack. I don't know. That's gonna confuse people. We'll just leave it out. Yeah, well, yeah.
basic. Whip Attack.
Gee, I wonder where that one's going.
Alright, so the ultimate moves. These moves are powerful, but bitch to activate. They don't require a move slot, but that's because you
Once
got the
you-
Dino-Tech to dinosaurs.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like for every dinosaur except Rondikins and Eocard, it takes 5 wins or ties to activate it. And then EO card and Brontikins. I forget if it's 6 or 7, but it's not the same as the others. And then once it activates, you get this special move that does at least like 80% of the opponent's health.
It also,
Which
when you use it,
might not even
takes-
happen. To
Yeah.
be fair, it might not even happen.
But when you use it, it takes away all your other moves. So between activations, if you manage to get one off, and your dinosaur, you're still fighting, you've got no move cards between the next
be fair,
activation.
To be fair, it's not like you lose everything. Every boost you got beforehand, you still have it. So
Yeah.
if you won with Earth Barrier before and you still have it active after you use the move, you still have it active, which is kind of funny. But also your attack boost, your defense boosts, and on top of that, your attack is way higher. Like they give you a massive attack boost without attack boost, the move. So your attacks are like stronger, and then it takes like 3 turns to activate the move again. But by at that point, you already won the match. You've like you don't really need it. It's just there if you want to use it again. It only really matters if like you're playing in the single player.
So where are we putting these then?
I mean, it's weird because they don't take the slots of your other moves until you win, and even then you do get a lot of nice boosts from it that they don't quite make up for the lost moves, but they're still pretty nice. Even though but we're talking about the move itself. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I say
I'm eyeing up C tier for them.
I'll put. I mean, we're doing that. I'll put Brontikins and EO cards D tier because it takes more turns to activate those.
Yeah. Oh, EO card D.
Gonna put all of these. Oh,
Yeah.
hell
Yeah,
yeah,
just move
EO
them
card
to-
D tier.
Yeah, and Brontikins too. Yeah,
No,
there
the
we go.
Spectral Destroyer is cool.
No.
Where is wait,
Man,
my
King,
other-
you got to have your bias. I just want mine. You fine.
Well, you can put them at the top of D tier.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna keep this there. I don't like Yokar.
You don't like they
Fine.
fly now?
Okay, that's it. We're done.
That is the tier list.
This is the tier list, yes.
We never have to talk about DK again.
Well,
except
we do.
for the next 3 tier list
We've got
videos.
4. We've still got 4 to make. We've got Earth, Grass, Wind, and Secret to make.
I just want to be free from this godforsaken series.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I mean, that's a lie. Like, I'm never gonna get away from DK, but like, please free me. Please.
Now let's rank the DS and TCG moves.
Ah, shit.
Just kidding. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. It is a 2-hour video, so hopefully you.
We need to
all
learn
stuck
how to
around
break these
the end.
down.
We can't.
We need to like learn how to cut out the filler,
No.
and also like, King, put some music on in the background or something.
No.
King,
No.
our viewers are like -5 years old. They'll never be able to retain the attention.
I might just do a loop edit of like Spectre's battle theme music.
Recording this video was already too much effort. We don't have time for any more than that.
Right, that's it for this video. Let's not make it any longer than it has to be. Alright, thank you for anyone who has stuck around to the end. Appreciate 2 hours is a lot of time out of your day. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this tier list has helped you with your strategic planning for future builds, whether those be for tournaments or personal use. Alright, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one.